I'd like to say at Dvar Torah and Parshat Chayei, we see from Eliezer, Avraham Avinu sends him to another country to get a shidduch with Shul Yitzchok. Nowadays, it would be shaykh to do a zazach. Imagine a Yid lives today in Yerushalayim, and he's got a son by the name of Yitzchok, and his father tells Mr. So-and-so, do me a favor, my son is a big Talmid Chacham, sits and learns. He doesn't want to leave Eretz Yisrael. Maybe go to Chutz La'aretz. And there's no phones in those days, and no telegrams, no nothing. And go to this and this country and find a shidduch for my son, Yitzchok. And he's soymech on him. He's soymech on Eliezer, which means to say, Eliezer is Rosh Shiva of Avraham Avinu's yeshiva. That's Gemor Yuma Chofches on the base says, HaMoshe b'chol HaShaloi, Ba'ava B'kein. Eliezer says, if you're soymech on me, I've got a daughter, take my daughter for Yitzchak. No, Avraham Avinu says, no, we can't. Because my son is a boch and you are or, it doesn't go together. And Ava became, we see from this, he's soymech on him to go to a different country to get a shidduch for my son Yitzchok. And he goes. And a day later he comes back with the girl. Day later he comes back with the girl. The Pikei de Rabbi Eliezer says, Kvitzet ze derech ba'aloch, the Yitzchok shum b'yintzah. Kvitzet ze derech b'chazor, why on the way back? Shum b'yishayde of Yichud. They came back when it's daytime. He left Eretz Canaan. Lunchtime, came there within 3 hours, and on the way back, left there also lunchtime, came back chick-chack, 1, 2, 3. So all the Swarm ask a question. Eliezer Eved Avraham has Nisim Gluyim on the way there, on the way back. Malachi Ashoris, they take him with the 10 Gemalim. For 1 second to the next, he goes out to one house and puts his foot down, and he lands up in Iraq. There's Nisim Gluyim. The water goes towards Rivka. If the water goes towards Rivka, oh, of course this shidduch is matim. It's passed for Yitzchak Avinu. Why does Eliezer have to check her out? Why does Eliezer have to check out Rivka? If she's fitting for Yitzchak, you can see there's so many nisim over here. The answer is to build a house. You are not soymech on nisim and moiftim. No. To build a house, there has to be mitzvahs and maisim toivim. There has to be chesed. You can build a house with bricks, but if you don't put cement between the bricks, the house will fall down. You can build a house with wood, but if you don't put nails in the wood and knock the nails together in the other wood, it will fall down. It doesn't help anything. Ma'asen nisim emezeh kiyum. We see Eliyahu Novi goes with what's called Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi from one place to the next. Eliyahu Novi tells him, you won't understand my maisim. Alpha Beken, I want to go with you. They come to a poor man's house, and the poor man does chesed for them. Of course, he doesn't know that they are Eliyahu Novi. And the poor man does chesed to them. In the middle of the night, Eliyahu stands up and he davens and he says, the cow should die. Yeshua ben Levi said, what do you mean? This person does chesed for me, the cow should die? Can't be that you Eliyahu Novi. Eliyahu Novi told him, don't ask questions. Please, you don't understand my ways. Comes to the house of the rich guy. The rich guy doesn't even look at them. Eliyahu Novi asks the rich guy, what do you want to do here? I'd like to build a palace. How big? As big as this and this. Beseder Gomo. Eliyahu Novi in the middle of the night davens. Kodesh builds a palace and 1 second to the next. If Yeshua ben Levi can't understand it. This poor man did chesed for us, and you kill his cow. This rich man did nothing for us. You build a building. Eliyahu Novi tells him, I want to tell you. This poor man, his wife was supposed to die that night. Instead of his wife dying, I davened that the cow should die, nefesh tachas nefesh, and I'd rather that the cow should die, and Baruch Hashem, his wife stays alive. But this rich man, he wanted to build a building. If he would have dug another yard more, he would have found the whole treasure underneath. I didn't want him to find the treasure. I built a building. Ma'asen nisim Eber ze kiyum, that's what is it in the Torah Dvilio. Maise nisim hasn't got a kiyum. The building will fall down. Once the building falls down, he'll never find underneath the treasure because all the buildings, all the stones and the cement and the bricks fell down. To build a house, Maise nisim eber ze kiyum. In order that the house should be a beautiful house, that's why it depends where the girl learns and where the boy learns, which yeshiva he learns, how much musa does he learn. To build a house together, you have to have, it doesn't help only to have a boy which sits and learns 24 hours a day. Moshe Motro Schulziger says in the name of Shmuel Rozovsky, in order to build a house together, it doesn't help that the boy learns day and night. You have to find out if the boy has midas in those days, 50 years ago. When did the boy come into the dining room? He came the last or he came the first? He got the biggest portion. We stayed after mincha in the shul, in the yeshiva, to finish off davening. Then he came downstairs to the dining room, and he ate the leftovers of the food in the dining room. To build a house, you have to have mitzvahs, or maisim toivim and chesed. To be the shidduch for Yitzchak Avinu. The Yitzchak Avinu is lemala medech hateva. Yitzchak Avinu, this is a Akedas Yitzchak. B'schut Yitzchak Avinu, we have the shofar every year in Rosh Hashanah. B'schut Yitzchak Avinu, he told his father, he could have told his father, Dad, you want to use me for korban? Bavakasha, please find someone else to be your korban. I want to go to America, I want to have a good time. Leave me alone. And Yitzchak Avinu, 37 years old, told his father, tie me down. Tie me down on the Mizbeach. He put his hand behind his back and his foot was tied onto behind the back. That's what it is in Akedo. He tied himself and his neck was hanging in the air. And he told his father, after you shecht me, after you burn me, take my ashes to Sorei Menu, when she's not standing in a high place, or is not standing next to a bore that she can throw herself in. Bring my ashes to Sorei Menu, tell her, is a present from Yitzchok. We cannot understand the Madriga of Avraham Avinu, Halachas Kama Vakama, the Madriga of Yitzchok Avinu. The HaKadosh Baruch Hu shouldn't be Manasseh Af Yehudi. HaKadosh Baruch Hu shouldn't be in the soil of any Yid, which has to give a Chas v'Sholom. We see it sometimes. The father takes his child to the operation theater, puts the child on the bed, and he tells the doctors, please look after my child. And they go away, and he says Tehillim, crying, we hope everything will be all right with the child. They come out safely and happily and gesund und stark. Avraham Avinu takes Yitzchak, puts him on the Mizbeach, a Yid of 37 years old. And Yitzchak Avinu, b'schus Akedas Yitzchak, of course, the Satan wanted to disturb Avraham Avinu from doing the Akedah. He wanted to disturb Yitzchak Avinu from being maskim to be the korban. He didn't want it. He wanted to throw a stone on Yitzchak to make him possible for being the korban. That's what Yaakov Shomoni brings down. So in order that Avraham Avinu should be mitcharet, he went to Sorei Menu. Kilu Sorei Menu died because of, well, the Satan came along and ordered that Avraham Avinu should have charot, and after became Avraham Avinu didn't have charot. And even the whole Indian of stay Ephraim to buy the Me'oras HaMachpelah, everything is in Nisoyim for Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu l'mala midech hateva. To find the shidduch for the son of Avraham Avinu, which is l'mala midech hateva, you have to find the girl who's l'mala midech hateva. You have to find the girl. So even though you have Nisim and the water goes up to Rivka and Eliezer, he's Nogeh Bedovo, and he comes in 1 second from Eretz Canaan to Choron, and Alpha became all the mites and Nisim which you see there. Alpha became to build the house for Yitzchak Avinu. You have to have a girl which does Dvorim L'maylim B'dei Chatava. That's why, even though Eliezer saw the mites and Nisim, that's what the Rav Bibrisk says. To build the house of Yitzchak Avinu, you can't build a house to mites and Nisim. You have to build a house with chesed. someone does chesed, maisim toivim, then you can build a house. Of course, the house will stand. But to build a house with maisim nisim and moiftim, there's no kiyum on this house. In order that we should have nachas for our children, Bezat Hashem, and we daven to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and the HaKadosh Baruch Hu answers our tefillahs, that's not enough. You also need mitzvahs and maisim toivim. That's what the Chazon Ish says. The Chazon Ish says, I saw go down, Moshe Schulziger brings down, in order to build a house, in order that some of the house should be matzliach, the house should the house should stand, the house should have a kiyum. You have to have one thing. Iker is midas. If you have midas and chesed, then you can build a house. If you only have Torah alone without the midas, but as I said, he's not capable. He's libi choshki b'Torah. That's Ben Azai. But for us to build a house, the house should have the kiyum. You have to have mitzvahs and maisim toivim and chasodim gdoilim and merubim. And through this, Kodesh Baruch Hu, just like HaKadosh Baruch Hu helped Yitzchak with Rivka, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will help every Yid when he builds the house of the children and grandchildren, in order the house should have a kiyum. That's why he has to look for midas and chasodim gdoilim and merubim, in order that the house should have a kiyum and the house should stand. Be'ezras Hashem Yisborach.